All right, today we are going to be doing some more scale measurement problems. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking a model or one of the toys that Miss Tabby brought or that I borrowed from kindergarten, and you're going to be finding what scale it was made at. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to find a model. Oops, sorry. Now I found my model. I have a little cow here, and the next thing I need to do is do a little bit of research to figure out what part of this model I should measure. Because I need an actual length to compare it to. Because remember, we have our scale to actual. I need at least one of these in order to get my true size down. So I can find my scale by measuring it, and I have to find my actual by researching, because I don't have any cows in class, unfortunately, that I can go and measure. So what I'm going to be doing next is I did my research, and I learned that the length of a typical cow is 8.5 feet from head to tail. All right, so that gives me a starting point. Now I'm going to measure my model of my cow right here. And it looks like my model is about 9 centimeters. Now I measured it in centimeters, which might become a little bit of a problem because I have different units going on. It might be a little easier for me if I measured it in feet, but I'm going to convert it all to centimeters because that makes it a little bit easier for me to work in. Cow model is, what did I say, 9 centimeters. Okay, so now I have my scale to my actual, but in this case I'm trying to figure out what scale I'm working with, right? So I know, if I'm going to set up my little equation here, I know my scale to actual. Now, everything on this page so far is exactly what you're going to be writing for each of your models. You're going to be doing this 3 times. So my scale to actual goes like this. My scale model was 9 centimeters, and my actual model was 8.5 feet. Now I can't use them if they're different units, so I have to turn 8.5 feet into centimeter. And today it's okay if we do a little bit of cheating, because if you type in 8.5 feet 2 centimeters into Google, it'll tell you exactly the measurement that it needs to be. So I'm going to do that, 8.5 feet to centimeter. And it's going to tell me that it's about 260 centimeters. So my scale to actual is 260 centimeters. So now I have my scale and my actual, both of them in here that I have decided. And to find the scale that these are related to each other, all I have to do is turn it into a scale, because currently it is in a proportion, but it's not in a unit proportion. So I want to make one of these 1, and typically when we do our scales, the top number is going to be our 1, because our scale is going to be smaller. Unless our scale is going to be bigger, which does happen sometimes. So all I'm going to do to make the top one into a 1 is I'm going to divide both sides by 9 in this case. So 260 divided by 9 is, I'm going to do a little bit of rounding, is about 28.8 repeating. So this cow is a 1/29th model of a cow. So an actual cow would be about 29 times bigger, which is pretty cool. And that's how I can figure out what scale that each model is in. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing 3 models today. Each model might take about this much space, but I want to see each of these things written down. I want to see what your research is for number 3, what you actually found on your website, and then I also want to see what you measured your model to be. remember that these must be in the same units. Ooh, let me make sure that you guys can see me writing. If they're in different units, then it won't be a true scale because it could be related to anything. But once they're the same, then remember I can just cancel those units out, and which I should have done earlier. And then ends me up with just a pure scale factor without any units to confuse us. Now, if I wanted to then measure the height of my cow, I could use my same scale model. My height of my cow is about, let's see, 4.5 centimeters. So to get an actual height of the cow, I would just multiply 4.5 by 29 to figure out what an actual height of a cow would be. All right? So you're doing this 3 times. And if you're confused or get stuck, just ask me or an adult and we'll do our best to help you out. Good luck today.